Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to interview my amazing client, Mel B, and he has achieved great success after the up level this year and since last year, actually. So I would like to introduce a little bit about Mel, then I'll pass the mic to Mel and ask her to introduce herself as well. So Melby partners with entrepreneurs to clear subconscious mind web so they can leave their legacy on the world. She delivers live talks, demos, and presentations to empathetic operators navigating the chaos of life so they can feel unwavering confidence on their missions. Melby is also available for media and TV presentations to help change making leaders to amplify their intuitive knowing for growth and expansion. Wow, after reading that, I already goosebumps and feel your mission and your purpose. So Mel, tell a little bit about yourself and your brand. And I know you had a great brand up level last year. Tell us about how you step into that new brand identity and claim yourself as a luxury icon.
Thank you for that introduction. Yes, it's humbling even to hear it. And I think that's part of the evolution. I ticked over in August last year into my 7th. So I've got 6 full years into my 6.5 years of working for myself. And along the way, I have pivoted 4 times. And I think it's that evolution of, it's not been full pivots, although one was. It's taking what works and then adjusting or up leveling or amplifying an element or aspect of it. I think that's the thing that you most helped me with. I knew I'd already and had been positioned myself as an expert to the experts, as a supporter to other coaches.
Yeah.
And it felt like my brand, in its brightness of orange, it represented my personality, but not necessarily, I think, the depth of what I do in the spiritual space or in the quantum space. It doesn't even have to be about spirituality. And it felt like there was a bit of a gap between how I saw myself and how the brand was showing up to match how I felt inside and to demonstrate, I guess, the depth that I offer. So that's been a kind of evolution.
Yeah, totally resonates with that. And I always say luxury is not about Dior or Chanel. It's actually you step into your role and claim your power and ability to lead and inspire. And you working like the mindset and quantum healing for entrepreneurs. I think, can you talk us a little bit more about how we can step into that mindset and become a luxury icon? How your work help people with that?
Yeah, that's beautifully. That's one of the things I most help my clients with. As empaths, many of my clients struggle with external judgments. And so even stepping into, I'm a luxury brand, which is not what you tell the world, but how you show up in the world. If you're not fully embodying that yourself, then it's very hard to put your assets out there in whatever way they are. And so I help my clients really understand that what you are is phenomenal, even if it's not. Like, I see myself in the future and I know I'm not there, but I know I'm still absolutely on path to that global version of myself. And the only way to get there is by going. You can't skip the learnings you need to have to be comfortable, to be seen on a national, international, global stage. You have to evolve into it. And so you might have visions for that national or global mission or message, but you're afraid. They hold back. They are fearful in many different ways of what that success could mean to their life, to their families, to their time. So there's a lot of fears of judgment, fears of impact that will have on them as an empath by elevating themselves, by putting themselves out further. So it's kind of this beautiful ecosystem of, by stepping into your power, you become more powerful. And when you become more powerful, you show up and can visually represent it in a more powerful way.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like pretend to be someone you're not. It's actually embody. I always talk about embodiment in my work as well, because if you want to create an outer beautiful, luxurious brand, you have to embody it from inside out. I totally agree with you. That's why I love work on the mindset, on the embodiment, and help my clients uncover their essence. And I think your work definitely help people do that. More step into their role as a luxury brand and claim that ability to lead and inspire too. And I'm really honored to work with you last year to help you uplevel your brand. So let's talk about that because it's really an amazing new brand identity. So would you like to share a little bit about the struggle you had before we worked together?
Yeah, so I touched on it a little bit before. Is orange is that the bright orange, as I kind of got with my flowers, is it's representation of my personality. I'm bubbly, I'm outgoing, I'm actually an ambivert, but I'm very extroverted and work and share energy. So I needed a color that was bold and bright to represent that. Thankfully, I wasn't too attached that it must be that neon orange that I had before, but I still wanted that tonality of the orange. And as you guided me in the initial stages of, well, let's look for some things that represent the vision you have or the ideas or the things you like or what resonates. So those mood boards initially, I really struggled to find examples of what I kind of was looking for myself. And what you helped me identify was we first called it copper. And then it really did move into a bronze because rose gold is my personal color that is best for my skin. And the rose gold worked quite well with the orange theme. I still needed to have the orange in there. I built 6 years of it into my brand and awareness. So we landed on this kind of coppery, bronzy. The copper's actually slipped out entirely now. And so bronze, even though bronze is, third, bronze color in of itself is a very rich, warm, it's got a depth to it, whereas the yellow for me is brighter. So the bronze actually really, really resonates with me on a deep level. And you helped me understand. I don't know how you did that. How did you do that? Do you want to share what you did? Because it just happened. What's your expertise there?
Of course, it's like a process. We work with your essence and create a creative direction. And when I ask you to collect images, it's not like I ask you to collect something we copy someone, but actually get inspirations and create something unique. Like the copper brown you mentioned, we can still call it copper gold because it's kind of gold element, but add a little bit copper or bronze element. I still think it's and at the underneath is a gold reflect your luxurious and beautiful gold essence. So I think a better way to show it, I'll share my screen so that the audience can have a look.
Show what I cried about the first time I saw it.
Let me know if you can see my screen, okay?
I can see my logo.
Yes. So basically, this logo is a new iconic logo created for you. We have this brainstorming and ideas use 1, 2, 3, this figure 3, and also those triangles really reflect your brand elements. And when you talk
so I just want to compliment you there. Yeah. What we really brought in was the triangles is part of, I guess, my knowledge and IP, and all my content is built around triangles and pyramids. And so, of course, threes. So you were really able to come up with this concept of threes and triangles, and it's just blew my mind. And went, oh, and you got it really quickly. I think it was only the second edit. You made a suggestion, I made a feedback, and it's like, boom, there it is. It's like, that's my new logo. It's perfect with it. Yeah, I'll let you dissect it.
I think we come on to the agreement so quickly because we do the initial work to figure out your brand essence and really understand your vision. So when you're talking about the mood board, the vision for you is luxury feeling, but not like the cheap neon orange, but has a depth and also added to the gold texture. So how I wrap it all together is I tap into your brand archetype. So your brand archetype is queen archetype. So it helped me to tap into what kind of shade of colors suits your brand and what kind of like the shapes and the color tones. And it all guides me to create the overall brand cohesively. And once we agreed on that, then we dive into the orange. We still need to keep the orange your main color and also add the black and white as the luxurious brand color. The most important thing is come up with the copper gold. We can say it's bronze or rose gold kind of color that really represents the depth of your brand. Not cheap, but with a really luxurious brand, has its boldness, has its mission and purpose. And then we can combine it all to a beautiful, luxurious online presence. And yeah, this is your website. And I'm feel so emotional and excited still to see when it come on screen. Tell me a little bit like how your first reaction when you saw all these things come together. Does it reflect what you expected?
Well, thankfully, I had some very good self-branding images to use. We had another shoot in the pipeline, but being able to incorporate, because I'd always strategically built luxury into my clothing. So we had metallics in my clothing. So we identified that my clothing should have the orange. My outfits in the imagery is where we would introduce the orange accents. And so we landed on this image that is actually the cover of a magazine that I'd had a few months prior. So that iconic picture in of itself has the tones of those bronze. So it was a no-brainer that this is what needed to be as the hero picture. And honestly, when I saw it with those, I can't pronounce the word. I just call it the glitter background. Bokal or something, bucci. I don't know what that word is. Do you know what that word is?
Doesn't matter. Okay.
That glitter in the background. Yeah, that phased glitter background is just like, wow. It's kind of how I feel about myself. I feel like this vivacious light that does stand out in the crowd, and that is a confidence within myself, but it's also things I'm told. It's also behaviors I witness when I'm out in supermarkets or on the street. I'm the one who will smile at people and I get a smile back. So it feels like this picture setting is me popping out from the crowd. So it was like, oh my Lord, that is how I feel about myself. So yeah, it was very emotional to see it for the first time. And really all it was is a pretty background, but it's the whole composite that you brought together. It's not anybody can put glitter behind themselves, but it was the whole thing that you pulled together. It was just magical to see it. It was very exciting.
Yeah, I think you totally express it the way like what it means for you, and that's my intention as well. It's not like a sparkling thing. It actually conveys the light you bring to the world, bring to your client, and help bring that light out to the world as well. Amazing. Yeah. And next, I want to talk about like what's happened after your brand up level. I know that a huge congratulations to you, 6 figures in 6 months. Would love to hear your success brand story and how your brand up level actually helped with that.
Yeah, look, some things are hard tangibly to put together, but I think as the website, the branding, and then all of our assets, all of my social media tiles, and as I rolled out the new color scheme branding across all of my work, I was, I guess, more confident to say some things that maybe I've been holding back before. And when you have a conviction in a message and you're proud to speak boldly, then that's going to attract people that resonate with that message, because you're not afraid of playing safe, because you are already putting yourself out there boldly. And so it's okay for you to stand up for and speak out for what you believe in. And so I think that conviction comes through in messaging and new efforts. And you become magnetic universally as well, which is part of my work. And so you start to draw in the people. And I have to admit, the clientele, there was nothing wrong with my clients before, but I'm definitely attracting more of those very specific empathpreneurs, very specific spiritually aligned people who I'm helping to elevate. So I think the clearer you are with your imagery, and that's my photographs as well. And I know you were excited when you saw them. It was like nice photo shoots. And I've just done another one as well.
Right.
It all amplifies, and that amplification resonates. And I think that's what helps catapult the next level of success. It's all from the inner, has to be from the inner work.
Yeah, totally agree. It's from inside out. So what's happening next? What are you been working on? Share us about what's exciting happening.
How long have you got? Okay, so quick bullets. I have applied and will win.
Yes,
this is part of embodying. I will win. Yeah, I haven't. Yes, in advance. Thank you. I've applied for a professional speaking scholarship. So I'm just trusting that will be announced mid-March. So another 2 months to wait for that. So that is a big focus for this year, of really elevating my public speaking profile. So big push of speaking on larger stages to bigger audiences about more impactful messages. With that, I've really dialed in and honed in on my keynote, my IP, and my entire ecosystem. I had it worked out prior, but really November, December, January, it's coming together so beautifully. So that will be rolled out. I'm looking at hiring a videographer and an editor on a more ongoing basis. At the moment, it's still a little bit ad hoc. I've just been invited to be an executive contributor to Brains magazine for the year. So that's an article submission monthly, that commitment. That's all I can think of. There's lots. I just finished my TV show with Tony Lontis, Tony TV. That really helped my reach. So if anybody's thinking about TV work, so it's an internet TV streaming service. Tony was amazing, and a lot of my social media blew up a little bit from that, which is amazing. And a lot of back end as well, ready for growth, ready for expansion onto the next international level. So building out our CRM it's been in the making for a couple of years. So we're really working on that, and the CEO mindset of having practitioners who I will train up to do the work while I'm the public figure, and lots of stuff in between. Busy already.
It's all the next level upgrade. So excited for you. And I hear like you have a retreat coming up to tell us about it.
Oh, yes, I've got my 6th retreat is 22nd of the 2nd of the 22nd. So that's one I booked in November, went, right, I'm running a retreat on this very special numerology day. I've got an amazing guest healer coming in to work with us. She is a master activator and works with interplanetary beings. Very cool stuff. She's going to be joining us. And then I'm immediately going to be running another one sometime. So that's February, April, May. I'm already got a wait list for that one. So retreats are my absolute favorite thing to do. I love being in luxury surroundings. It helps clients up-level themselves. We get to be spoiled. I have a cook come in. We don't do anything except work on ourselves, be fun, drink, debrief, have ahas. I just love the depth that you can have as a collective. And then, of course, there's this beautiful camaraderie with each group, becomes a little mini sisterhood of itself. So retreats are my thing.
Well, so excited for you. So tell us about how we can find all those information about you, so people who are interested in your work or your retreat can find the information.
The easiest way is probably through my gorgeous website, branded by the divine Elva Lee, is mellb.com, Mell with 2 L's, mellb.com, and it's got retreats, it's got the contacts. So if you want to follow me on any of the social medias, you can find it, because Balment is a little hard for people to remember. So I just went Mell B. I just became a Spice Girl because I'm British, so that's okay. And
new icon for Mell B.
Yes, and I've got Mell B's book in my bookcase. It was a powerful book that I read many years ago. So Mell B, everything is on my website, including speaking page and media opportunities in there as well.
Thank you so much for sharing all of this, Mell B, and we love to keep in touch and keep hearing your brand success. And thank you for sharing all these tips and your updates with us today.
Oh, thank you. You have been instrumental in me, as you're saying, fully embodying and integrating my vision of myself. So a massive thanks for bringing it into materialistic reality before me. I just love it still. And yes, I'm still excited about it.
Okay, thank you once again. And thank you for watching this interview. And we'll see you in the next time. Bye.